to Your Health, where we explore the latest in health across the country. I'm your host, Erica Cardenas. Childhood obesity is a serious problem here in the U.S., putting both kids and adolescents at risk for poor health. So today we're here at the Ocotillo Village Club in Chandler, talking about ways to get your kids active. But before we get started, let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. We give you a look at the Village Clubs, where it's about community and connection, and a center that has a unique approach to help people kick their addictions. Plus, we take a trip to a restaurant with an unusual menu designed to keep you in good health. All that and more on this episode of Your Health. Working out can sometimes be a task that none of us want to do, but at the Village Clubs, they take the mundane out of exercise by giving you everything in one place, from a spa to a gym to community activities. Take a look.
It's just an experience like no other.
The Village is a place that you will feel welcome.
You get more than just a gym. We're more of the country club, health club. We have it all here under one roof.
My name is Aaron Maxwell, and I'm a fitness director here at DC Ranch, the Village Health Clubs and Spas. We don't necessarily consider ourselves a health club or a gym. We can more consider ourselves a health club meets gym meets everything. At the Village, it's all under one roof. And so whether you like swimming, whether you like yoga, whether your basketball is your thing, whether lifting weights is something that you enjoy, it's all here. When you enter our location, you notice our wonderful cafe. It's great food. And in health clubs and in this kind of an atmosphere, sometimes you get these grab and go type meals. Our food is exceptional. It's healthy, and it's yummy, and people love it. We have a full service spa. We have a weight room and everything that comes with that, from the free weights to the selectorized to machines of any sort that you would look for. In addition to that, we have cardiovascular equipment, we have spin studios, and the list goes on. It's the best thing in the world to walk into these buildings every day and to get to experience people changing their lives for the better every day. And I love it.
I'm Erica Huber, and I am the activities director at the DC Ranch Village. I tell everyone I have the fun job here. We plan a variety of different activities and events to get a variety of different members. We do monthly hikes, monthly happy hours, we do trips. I love when I can see someone connecting with another member, and then they build that friendship. And I've had members tell me, like, when they join, like, oh, thanks for introducing me to so-and-so. Now we've gone off and done other things together, and it makes me feel good.
I'm Jerry Maculak, and this is my lovely wife, Jan Maculak, and we're members here at the Village DC Ranch. The idea of being able to do things together, I think, is real important to try and keep your marriage going strong.
This has been the best thing for us. We are probably in better shape now than we've been in our entire lives. This is our village. This is our home away from home. And if we develop friendships and our bodies get in better shape and we just experience things that we would have never experienced before had it not been for the Village.
This isn't a gym. This is a country club that has a workout facility. And it's got so much more. So you're really joining a huge, comprehensive environment where anything you want to do, you could do, and in the process still get exercise, stay in shape, and meet a lot of wonderful people.
It's an incredible experience.
We're here at the Ocotillo Village Club in Chandler with registered dietitian Jamie Miller. Welcome, Jamie.
Thank you so much.
First off, tell us, how does obesity affect a child's health?
Yeah, there are unfortunately some pretty negative effects that can come, a lot of them actually immediately. So children can experience breathing problems, sleeping problems, early onset of puberty, even joint pain. And then a lot of the times even like the social and emotional effects of if they have any self-esteem issues, from the stigma that comes with it, that kind of thing. And then from there, they can also experience high blood pressure, cholesterol issues, insulin resistance. So there are some things we do really need to be aware of the effects.
Right.
Yeah.
So as a parent, I understand firsthand how challenging it can be to get your kids to eat healthy.
Yeah.
What tips or what advice do you have for parents?
So the main thing is exposure. You really want healthy food to be easily accessible for kids. So even think about this. If you cut up fruits and vegetables and have it eye level, so when they open up that refrigerator, that's the first thing they see, that can be really helpful, you know?
How can parents, have them put down those sugary drinks and replace it with something nutritious?
Yeah, so a lot of it is what they expect. So our goal is to teach children, when you're thirsty, you reach for water, right? So sometimes kids are just, used to those sugary drinks. We can dilute that water and the juices. But really for older kids, I say explain to them why your body needs water. And for younger kids, maybe get them a really fun water bottle with a character on it or a fun straw. Anything that kind of makes that water more enticing can really help them just get used to drinking water.
Now, Jamie, eating together as a family, that is important. Tell us why that is.
It is super important. So studies show even 3 times a week can really impact a child's health. It can help them eat healthier, which is kind of the obvious, but it also can help with disordered eating issues. Those really decrease. People's BMI will decrease, and also it helps their grades, which is kind of shocking. What that really is doing though is it's teaching the child how to sit down to a balanced meal in a relaxed environment where they have conversation, practice good manners, just teaching them how to have that relaxed meal instead of always eating on the go. So some, parents say, I'm just so busy, I don't have time for that. But what you can do is maybe try breakfast as a family. If you just feel like those extracurricular activities are just making it so hard, try breakfast together.
Jamie, tell us a little bit about the nutritional programs that you have here at the Village.
Yeah, so as a dietitian here, I do one-on-one consults, meal plans, grocery store tours, workshops, all kind of fun stuff, but all of that can really apply to the family as well. I love to go to the grocery store with families, so everyone gets on the same page, everyone finds new, exciting, healthy things they can bring into the house and try. But then we also have things like meal plans where families just say, I just don't know what to serve my family. We can give them some great ideas so they can kind of circulate through. And I even have workshops, so lots of great things that can be applied to the family or just as an individual here at the club.
Jamie, how does it benefit members to have a dietitian here to help them meet their goals?
Yeah, so it's really important that as members are coming in to work out, they're feeling really equipped to know how to fuel their bodies, not only for their workouts, but for their busy lifestyles. So we want to make sure they're not feeling like they're wasting their time, they're working so hard, and then they're not seeing the results that they want. We have to make sure our eating choices are helping with that. So I love to get to equip people to know how to nourish their bodies, but also how to stay satisfied and eat things that are just delicious and healthy.
Well, thanks so much, Jamie, for all this great advice.
Yeah.
Don't go away. Coming up later in the show, we're going to be talking about kids' fitness here at the Village. Knowing your child's body mass index will help you to determine if their weight is truly a problem. Your BMI is a measurement of body composition based on height and weight. You can get the number from your pediatrician. Don't go away. We have much more coming up on Your Health. See how one woman's journey led her to heal at Decision Point Center. And later, we visit a restaurant where the menu is all about getting you healthy. Getting on a path to recovery was a struggle for Izzy, but with the help of Decision Point, she's now on her way to success.
Where I grew up was like, if you can keep doing the stuff you need to do and you can still manage to get messed up, then like it's fine. That lifestyle stayed with me. It was, if I had a good day, I wanted to get drunk. If I had a bad day, I wanted to get drunk. I lived with my good friends at the time, and I guess they got to see me behind closed doors. I kind of tried to play it off like, I'm fine, everything's fine. Like, I didn't want my problems to be like a burden on them or kind of seem like I was like throwing a pity party for myself. They got to see me become like an isolation drinker and disappear kind of inside. Like, people talk about how when they go to treatment, they're like in a shell of themselves, and like that's what it was. They've been talking with Decision Point, and they gave me an intervention, and they said, we can't help you, and like we know you can't help yourself, but like we're taking you to some place that can, and it did. Decision Point has done so much for me. I don't even know where to begin. Their group therapy is awesome. Like, I had never been in that type of a setting before. They wanted me to talk about my problems and like I've never really had that. My feelings and hardships, they were important and they made me okay with myself in ways that I had never been even before I started using drugs. I've had friends that were girls my entire life, but it's never reached the level of depth that it did when I was there. A&R was awesome, activities and recreation. They do a really good camping trip. It's a lot of fun. We also did, recovery-oriented exercises. Like we had time to kind of meditate in the forest alone. It was just nice to be out of a treatment setting and being able to enjoy myself and knowing oh, this is actually gonna be possible. They set me up for living a life outside of treatment. I still live in Prescott. I go to meetings in my home group. I work at a restaurant here and I also house manage. I fellowship and I just surround myself with sober people. It's crazy that I can wake up and know that I'm capable of living a day, going to work, getting errands done, doing things that I never used to be able to do without either being on something to give me the energy to get through it or drinking something afterwards to reward me. That's something that I never thought that I would have for myself. Thanks to Decision Point, I've been sober for 16 months.
Healthy restaurants are getting easier to find all over the country, and at Farm & Craft in Arizona, healthy food is next level. You simply choose one of 4 categories on the menu depending on the path you want to take to a healthier lifestyle.
Hello, my name is Josh. I'm the executive chef here at Farm & Craft. Farm & Craft is a restaurant focused on community, affection, sustainability, and good food. So the wellness menu is a way of catering your diet to increase your probiotic levels, your anti-inflammatory, antioxidants, and reduce your overall stress. We have a lot of fresh fruits, a lot of fresh vegetables, and a lot of grains like quinoa and farro. The response has been very good within the community. People eat here because it's healthy food and we don't use a whole lot of oil and a lot of butter. And they can trust us to cook what we say we're going to cook and how we cook it. The creative process is relatively simple. We don't do a whole lot to the food. When we bring it in, we try to get the best ingredients we can from wherever we can get it. People come in, farmers drop off food, and people call and say, hey, we have this or that. And they bring it in, we taste it, and if it works, it works. We don't use a whole lot of butter, we don't use a lot of oil, a lot of refined sugars. In the morning and the afternoon, we do fast casual, so they can come in, order their food, sit down, listen to music, talk. At nighttime, we changed to a full service concept where we serve really nice wine and we serve bigger portions of everything. My favorite thing on the menu is breakfast. We have a pancake dish which is lights out. It's strawberries, blueberries. We don't serve a maple syrup with it. It's really it's kind of coconut sugar and agave nectar, but for some reason it really works really well with the canola and the fruit. It's really nice. One of our most popular dishes is the vegan ceviche. We have a lot of vegetarians, a lot of vegans come in, so we try to do some stuff that they really want. They can't get anywhere else. So the vegan ceviche is golden beets, roasted with thyme, garlic, a little vinegar, and a little water to kind of soften them up. There is a cherry tomato, some avocado, and some radish. And that's dressed with some tomato and chili kind of lime sauce. It's real fresh, it's real bright. The secret to making healthy food taste good is to cook it with love.
High school students are watching less TV, but they're using a computer for more than 3 hours a day after school for fun. Be sure to limit your child's screen time and get them involved in a family activity such as biking or walking. And a little later, learn other ways to get your kids active and off the couch. But when we come back, we talk to an expert about the signs of an eating disorder.
A healthy life starts with one small change at a time. For advice on making those small life changes, watch Your Health every week to hear from health experts, and head to Yurview.com for full episodes and health stories.
can be difficult, and for some kids, the pressures of life can unfortunately turn into an eating disorder. And here to talk to us about this very important topic is Dr. Marian Eberly. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
First off, doctor, how prevalent are eating disorders today with kids?
Well, eating disorders consist of anorexia and bulimia and eating disorder, NOS, which means a combination of the two, as well as a new eating disorder that we've been discovering, which we call RFID, Avoidant Restrictive Food Intake Disorder. And this is otherwise known as picky eating, okay? But this can become a very serious problem. The prevalence of eating disorders in general is about 1 to 3% of children and adolescents will develop an eating disorder.
Now, what are some signs to tell if your child is struggling with an eating disorder?
With anorexia and with RFID, picky eating is the choosing of their foods based on textures, based on color, based on smells. So picky eating, avoidant eating because they're concerned about weight, right? And they begin to obsess about their weight. 30% of kids today are dieting in grade school. We know that dieting can turn into an eating disorder because they really don't understand how to regulate their intake. And they miss a variety of important nutrients essential for their brain development.
Now, kids are bombarded today with images and messaging on social media or TV. What does that do? What impact or effect does that have on them?
Huge effect, and therefore we do see kids dieting at a very young age. This is for boys and girls. People used to think, oh, it's just girls that get eating disorders, but we see a rising number of boys and men developing eating disorders. But even women, there's approximately 30% of women over the age of 50 are developing eating disorders. So the body is changing, and our culture sends a message that that change is unacceptable and that thin is beautiful. And we want to send the message that beauty on the inside is beauty on the outside.
Now, Marian, what about negative self-talk? What should a parent do when they hear their kid engaging in negative self-talk?
Address it, first and foremost. Don't ignore it. Talk to them about where this is coming from, how they're feeling about themselves, what is it in particular that is bothering them, and how they're very likely comparing themselves to other people. Comparisons kill, right? They kill the self-esteem, they kill the joy of that child, and really emphasizing the uniqueness of each individual, that our bodies are not all the same, that we are created differently. We want to give them a sense of they are beautiful the way they are.
Now, what should a parent do if they suspect their child has an eating disorder?
My recommendation is to speak with their pediatrician first. So I would recommend that the eating disorder evaluation be done, which is called a SCOFF test that can be done in a doctor's office, SCOFF. That can also be done with an eating disorder therapist, such as myself, or an eating disorder counselor.
Thank you so much, Marian, for this very, very important information and for sharing this with us. If you suspect your child is dealing with an eating disorder, please head over to the National Eating Disorders website. Coming up in your health, we're back at the Village Club in Chandler to talk about getting your kids interested in fitness instead of video games. We're back here at the Ocotillo Village Club in Chandler with Marsha Leach. We're going to be talking about how to get your kids active. Welcome, Marsha.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Now, 1 in 5 kids today are obese. What can parents do to get their kids active?
Well, I think that obviously the gym has lots to offer. We have a childcare area that has its own basketball court. We have the track here, the basketball court here. Plenty of racket sports, swimming. There's so many options here, but even at home, I say limit your screen time.
Which makes a great point, because screen time, like you said, whether it's the phone, TV, any type of technology, it really can impact, right, how active kids are or aren't.
Right, that is true. And you know, it's important, obviously, with our day and age, they have to learn technology, but you know, they don't have to have it so much all throughout the day. It's really good to make sure, even in our childcare, I tell all my staff that for every 10 minutes of screen time, they should do 10 minutes of active play.
And staying active, Marcia, really can make a difference in staving off obesity in children, right?
Oh, of course, yeah. And it's not just, you know, one person's job. It's just not a parent's job. It's all of us together, because it takes a village to raise a child.
Absolutely. Community is so very key there. What can parents do at home to ensure that their kids stay active?
As parents, when we're working, or even just, you know, having kids all the time, there's not a lot of time to fit those workouts in. So having like a fun family workout in your living room can be just as fun. Blast some music, do some things with your kids, jumping jacks, and you can even have the little ones get involved by, you know, when you're doing push-ups, you can have them on your back, so add a little bit of weight to it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Going out to the park, obviously, taking a walk around the block. My kids and I, we take the dogs out for a walk at night, so when it's cooled off in the, you know, summertime, it gets a little hot, but we definitely go for walks.
So making it a fun family affair really does make a difference, because you come together as a family, you have fun, and you stay active.
Exactly.
Tell me a little bit about the type of child or kid activities you have here at the Village.
Well, in our childcare, we do tumbling, we do yoga, we do group games. I have PE teachers that come in and do some active games with them, so it's a lot of fun. As programming, we have camps that we offer during out-of-school breaks to keep them active. We want to wear these kids out, so by the time they get home, they're exhausted.
And I'm sure the parents can appreciate that.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for all of this great information. If you'd like more information on the Village Clubs, just head over to their website. We want to thank everyone here at the Village Club for having us out today. They truly are a one-stop shop for all your fitness, community, and relaxation needs. Remember, getting your kids active is a great way to stave off childhood obesity. If you make the activity fun, it won't seem like work, and your kid not only has fun, but gains health benefits at the same time. Thank you for joining us on Your Health. I'm Erica Cardenas. See you next time.